already completed your, I think 2-1 is online, completely online. First year, second semester, were you in online or the physical lectures? You had a portion of your lectures virtual and the other portion is a physical lecture. Is that so? How did, whether it was online or physical? I don't remember exactly. First year, second semester? Physical.
Online.
Some are saying physical, some are saying online. I think half, right? For certain period of time, you were like in the online environment, and then you have like invited to the physical lectures. Yeah, I remember that it's a hybrid mode. For certain period of time, it was online, and then it transferred to the physical environment. Okay, no matter what it is. So what I'm trying to say is, though you are in the online or the virtual environment, it's not new to you all. So you are completely familiar with this virtual environment, the online platform, and online learning and all. So please don't be like silent all the time, as how you were in previous semesters. Now you are like matured more than how you were in the previous semesters. Okay, so second year, second semester, almost you have completed 3 semesters successfully, and now you are in the 4th semester in your university life. So please don't be silent all the time. So have interactive sessions, because this is not something completely theory and not the rocket science subject. So career progression is something like it's completely practical in nature. So whatever the thing that you are seeing, that you are like confronting in your day-to-day life, that is like converted into the text format here. So it's completely practical and day-to-day life nature things. So don't be silent and don't be like passive all the time. So have the interactive sessions, interact with me, ask questions, so tell your opinion, uh, and make it as an interactive, attractive sessions. Okay, so that's my request. And with that, we are moving into the first chapter, that is understanding oneself for the career exploration. Okay, so this unit is about like introducing or making you understand yourself. Okay, making you also okay understand this is what my area of interest, and this is what makes me happy. So whenever I'm doing or whenever I'm doing something, if it makes you happy, if you are very interested in that, that is your interested area. So this chapter will like give you certain idea, okay, how you can find your area of interest, find your career field. Okay, so making you or enable you to understand yourself properly. So in this chapter we are moving. Okay, so there's a statement that over 80% of the students, so when you take these university students, over 80% of the students, there's a research finding, it says that over 80% of the students will change their major more than once while in college. Okay, so and most of them will change more than 2 or 3 times. In during their college period. So this may not be like entirely applicable to our country, because in our country the practice is once we like select a field in our advanced level examination, so that will lead us to the entire life. So if we have already chosen the commerce field, we cannot like go back to if we cannot like become a doctor, we cannot able to become an engineer thereafter. So there are like many barriers, the distractions are there once we have chosen a field in advanced level examination. But in case of the foreign countries, or maybe the Western countries, they have the options. Even after they are meaning like the college in the sense, it's not like the university. So immediately after the O-level examination, they are entering into the colleges and where they have the options. So they can like choose a field and thereafter they are choosing to or moving to or shifting their field to another field. So this happens in our country as well because once the students complete their O-level examination, they immediately start following the classes for a particular stream. And after some time, maybe after going to classes for 2, 3 months, they start shifting to the other field. Maybe because of the difficulty or because of the lack of interest in that particular field, they start shifting to the other field. So that is a fact. So why they are doing so? Why around 80% of the students shift their major in the sense shift their field, their stream. So why they are shifting and again the other rest of the people why they are shifting like more than 2 to 3 times rather than shifting at least one time. They are doing it more than 2 to 3 times. So why they are doing so is it's not maybe interested to them, it's not their area of interest, they have chosen something which is not uh, very much interested for them. So that's why they are moving into the other field which is more attractive, which is more which in which they are more interested in. Okay, so the reason why is so that research found that okay why these people are shifting, why these majority of the people are changing their major is students find a new or different major which supports their interest, value, passion, or their personality. So they, after choosing a major, they after some time they find okay, something, some other major or some other stream is more suitable to them in terms of matching with their personality, matching with their interest, values, their passion. So they feel so, and they move to the other or they shift their major. And the other one is students choose a career that is practical, something that will pay the bills. Okay. So even at the start, they start at the beginning, the people start following certain courses, and thereafter they realize if we follow this course, we won't be able to get an employment. We won't be able to go to the job market and get an employment opportunity. And if not, we may not able to earn what we intended to earn. So we may not able to pay our bills. So what they are doing is, okay, this is not the field for earning money. So they are trying to shift to a more practical field, which is having more employment opportunity. And if they follow that particular field, they would able to earn more. So they are trying to shift their faith to that kind of fields. And the other one, no one asked the right question at the initial admission intake processes. So earlier they just enter into a particular field and they just start following the courses. But after some time only, they realize that I'm not capable of following these courses. In case of like advanced level also, the people start following the bio stream or the math stream. But after that particular time only, they realize that I'm not capable of following these bio streams and managing the workload or the study load of this bio stream and all. So why? Because earlier no one else asked the question whether you are capable of, whether you can complete this or the proper questions are not being asked. And then students may listen to outside influences on what career they should go into. So rather than choosing their interested field, what they are doing is because of the parents' influence, because of the friends' influence, because of the other factors, social factors, they are choosing a field which is not interested to them. So that is because of the outside influences. That's not because of their interest, not because of their values and all. Because of some outside factors, they are choosing a particular. Because the parents wanted the son to be a doctor, the son is following the bio stream and is not interested in becoming a doctor at all. So because of that, he is not studying properly and he may not able to go through the examination. So that would be the consequences. So that is the other thing. Because of the others' influences, the people are choosing the certain career fields and then they realize, okay, this is not the field for me. So they start shifting to the other courses or other majors. Okay. So the typical outside influences. So we are saying that the outside influences make the people to choose certain fields. So what are those typical outside influences? The first thing, the one major outside influences is the TV. Okay, so the television is one of the major outside influence because the people, I mean, youngsters, they used to watch the TVs and the dramas and all, and they think that okay, this is how the real life is also. This is how they start watching the movies and dramas and all, and they think okay, the same as the real life is also. So they start following certain things. So if movie shows like within 1 month or within 1 week, a person becomes a millionaire or billionaire and all because of the hard work, and the people or youngsters just think, okay, if we do the same, we can also become a billionaire within 1 week. But in practicality, it's not possible at all. So because of those like influences, maybe there are good influences as well. So if they are inspired by the people, those are like those have chosen their career properly and worked hard and achieved more, that's okay, that's fine. uh, that is a good influence, but people are misled by these television shows and the dramas and all, so that is one of the major outside influence. And the other one is the friends. So the friends is second influence because most of the A-level students start following certain courses or certain start studying into a particular field because all of their friends are following the bio or all of their friends are following the commerce stream. But if we ask whether you are interested to follow the commerce stream, they say no. Why then? Why you are following this commerce stream? Because all of my friends are following the commerce stream. So that's I'm also following the same. So the friends are the one of the major outside influence which make the people to choose a particular major. And then life interactions, and some of the life interactions like the people we met in our childhood or maybe the people we used to meet in the these days also uh, may have some influence on like choosing your career. Maybe like you might have inspired by a certain personality. You might have uh, like you are admiring a certain personality, and you also want to become the same once you've grown up. Okay, so because of those life interactions and the people you meet, the things that you see, the things that you read, so those are the things as a collection may have certain influence on your career. And okay. And the other one is the parent. It's a great source of influence, outside influence, as you all know. Like the parents, they have a wish that their son or daughter to become maybe a bank manager or maybe the chartered accountants or maybe the doctor or engineer or lawyer, and they will like push you to follow that particular field in order to fulfill their dreams. Okay, not your dreams or maybe the that particular person's dreams, but maybe if the parents' dreams and the students or the person's dreams are matching with each other, then there is no issue at all. So that will satisfy both the parties. But if there is any conflicts only, if the person or the student is following something else which is not interested to him or herself, then there will be a problem. Okay, so these are some typical outside influences. And with that, now we are moving into three stages of career exploration. Okay, so if these are the things, if that is the case, if the people start following a certain course and thereafter they start shifting to the another one. So how we can choose the field which is interested to ourselves and the most suitable field for ourselves. So there are three stages involved in that particular decision. First one, determine your interest. You have to determine your interest. What is your interested area? If you follow something, what are the things that makes you happy if you follow something? And you have to determine or you have to have a decision about your interest and then discover your career. So once you decide, okay, this is my interested field, then you can discover, you can explore for the career opportunity available in that particular stream or particular field. And then you can plan your career goals. So these are the three-step process that you can follow for the career exploration. Okay, we will learn into one by one. So the first step is determine your interest. Knowing about yourself is the basis for the career decision making. Okay. So without understanding yourself, without knowing what you are interested in, what your values, what is your personality, what is your attitudes. So if you don't know about yourself, if you don't have the proper understanding of yourself, you may not able to choose the proper career. You may not able to make the proper career decision in your life. Okay. So the first step is determine your interest. That means you have to have a proper knowledge about yourself. So what are you interested? So in which area you are interested in? Whether you are interested in accounting, whether you are interested in teaching, whether you are interested in these artistic things. So you have to determine in which area you are interested in. So that's the first thing. That's the first step that you have to make or that you have to consider about when you are making the career decisions. So what is important to you about your work and what are the things that you are valuing? Whether you give the more importance to your family or maybe the flexibility, whether the time is more important to you all. So what is your values? What are your norms? And what is your personal traits as a person? Whether you are an extroverted one or whether you like to be surrounded by the people or whether you like to follow the rules, whether you like to introduce something new, explore something new, engage in the adventurous activities and all. So you have to think about those things. Okay, so you have to ask this question from yourself and you have to find a proper answer for that. So if you can find the answer for these kind of questions, you will have a proper understanding of yourself. So that is what the first thing that you have to make. Okay, so you can ask the questions like, what do I like to do? What do I value? What motivates me? Whether the money motivates me, or whether the salary is the most important thing for me in my life, or for me in your career, or whether the flexibility, the co-worker support, or the working environment, or being with the family. So, is that the most important thing to you all? So what keeps my curiosity? So whether you want to follow the same things or are you okay with doing the repetitive things in your life or whether you want to like do uh, new things in your day-to-day career or day-to-day activity. So what keeps your curiosity and what skills do I possess? So if you want to do something, you should have the skills, knowledge, and expertise in doing those things. So, what are the skills that you are having, and what are the skills that you are lacking, and what new ones can I develop? So, if you want to achieve your passionate career, if you want to achieve your desired career, you have to have a skill mapping. So, what are the current skills and what are the knowledge level, what is the attitude that you are currently having, and what are the things the employers are expecting in addition to what you are having now. So you have to identify the gap, and if there is any gaps or lapses in your skills and what is expected by the employers, you have to focus on developing those things. So you can ask a question, what new ones can I develop in my career? So what skills do I possess and what are the new ones I can develop in order to achieve my desired career? So this is the first thing that you have to consider about. Then moving on to the next step, discovering your career options. So once you have decided, okay, what is my priority, what is my values, and what are the interest, and what are the things I'm giving more importance to. So once it is decided, you can discover the career options which are available in that particular career area. So you can learn about the careers, what are the types of jobs are available, and for each type of jobs and each type of career field, what are the educational requirements the employees are looking for, and what are the functions or what are the responsibilities you have to fulfill once you enter into that particular career. So you can search about these things, you can explore about these things, and you can have an understanding of, okay, what is these careers are about and what are the things you have to focus on. Okay, and that careers that fit your interest and goals. So once you explore this career related information, you can choose a particular career or maybe a field of a career field which suits or which is matching with your interest, values, and goals and all. So you may ask the question. So in the second step, you may ask the questions like, what are the examples of career in my chosen major field or field of interest? So if you are really interested in teaching to the people, you can explore what are the career opportunities are available. That you can become a school teacher, you can become a university lecturer. So even the university lecturers, like you can be attached to a public university or maybe the private university or the professional institution. So there are many options available around you. So once you decided, okay, the teaching is the most important, interesting thing that I can do, you can explore the career options and you can select something which is suitable to your interest. And what job title interests me? Even the title may be important to the people. So you may choose a particular job title, and then what type of work environment do I like? So whether you are looking for, whether you are concerned about the working environment in which you are working, like maybe you want to have a luxury working environment, maybe very supportive co-workers, supportive supervisors, and you want to be always surrounded by the people, or you want to you want to have a separate cabins or maybe separate places for you to sit down. So whether you are concerned about this working environment, and if you are really concerned about what kind of working environment you are looking for, and what type of work, where can I go to research my chosen career for the field of interest. So, and the other one is you have to find the source where you can search for the information in order to find about the career options which is available to you, and the career options which is more suitable to your career interest. So you have to find about the sources as well. Okay. And once you have chosen, or once you have the information in your hand about these alternative options and all, you can as a third step, you can plan your goals. So take what you have learned about yourself and piece it together with the reality of the world of work. Okay. So you have already in the first step, you have information about yourself. You have already learned about yourself. Okay, what are the areas which are really interested to you all, and what are the things you are focusing on, you are giving importance to. And the second one, the career options or the alternative career options which is available to you all. As a third step, what you can do is you can combine both the things and you can develop your career goals. So begin to evaluate the career options that are practical to you. You may have a number of options around you in your hands. In as a piece of information, you may have hundreds of options available to you, but in case of the practicability, all the options may not be suitable to you, because you may be residing in eastern province and most of the options are available on the western province. So you may not able to move there to to experience that career, to get into that particular career. You may not have the opportunity to move to the western province. So because of that location issues, maybe the geographical area restrictions, you may have to eliminate, you may have to drop a list of options which is available to you. So based on the practicality of your options, you have to screen your career options and choose the most suitable ones, and use the decision making and action planning skill to identify the successful career. So if you want to evaluate these career options, see in these career options, and shortlist what is most suitable to you all, then you may need a kind of decision making and planning skill to do this kind of activity. Okay. And some important question that you can ask in this third stage is, do I have the resources to perceive these options? Whether you have the resources, if you want to move to the western province, whether you have the financial capability or maybe any social support to move there and perceive this career. So you have to ask about the resources. Even you choose to do a particular degree, but if it is really expensive and which is not available in the state universities, and if you want to pursue that in private universities, and it it may cost like around millions and millions of rupees. Then whether you have to analyze whether I have the financial capability to pursue that particular degree or particular course. So you have to think about your resources, and then what challenges might be presented during my educational pursuit. So once I enter into a job, or maybe once I enter into a particular degree program or started to follow a particular course, what could be the challenges if you are residing in this eastern province and if you started to follow a course in the western country? Again, as I said earlier, you may have to move to the western province in order to pursue those courses. So in such cases, whether you can follow those particular course with the resources and whether you have the capability to do so, whether you can encounter those challenges and overcome those challenges in order to achieve your goal. And the next one you can ask is, what else do I need to know to identify my career objective? So whether is this information is enough for me to substantial, or maybe if whether it is subsequent for me to like make these career options or not, whether I need more information to make the proper career decision, so decide about my career goals. So you can ask about those questions. And the final question you can ask in the third step is, do I need to conduct more self-assessment or career research to make a career decision? Okay, so whether the first step, as a first step, what you have done is you had an understanding about yourself. So whether that is enough for me to, whether that is adequate for me to decide my proper career goals. So further assessment is needed. Further self-assessment is needed to decide the proper career options or career research. Maybe you may have certain alternatives in your hands, or maybe the piece of information in your hands may not be adequate to make the proper career decisions. So you may be like missing some information. So you have to think about, okay, whether this is the complete set of exhaustive list of career options which is available to me, or something else is available outside. So you have to think about those things, whether you have to make additional career research or not, and then you can make the proper decision. Okay, so this is how the career exploration takes place. So you can follow three-step process. The first one, you can determine your interest, where you can determine or where you can understand yourself properly, and then discover the career options, alternative career options available to you. And the third stage, you can plan your career goal by matching your interest or matching the understanding that you already had during the first step, and matching the alternative career options available to you that you have in your hand, the list of information in your hand that you gathered during the second step, so that you can match both the information together. If those informations are matching with, or if those two things are matching with each other, you can develop the career goals for yourself. Okay, so is that fine? Anything to ask? Anything to clarify? Is it clear? So now we are moving to the importance of this career exploration or the career planning, and these rather than like entering into the career as we wish or as immediately, why we have to have these searching process and these information gathering part of these things and enter into a career. There are some benefits we can have if we engage in the career exploration, or maybe the benefits engage in the career plan. Okay, so the first one, while you are in the college, university, or maybe while you are following your studies, you can have certain list of benefits. And after your graduation, once you like finish your educational qualification, once you have your educational qualification in hand, you can have a certain list of benefits. Okay, so while you are in college, you can have the benefits like the clarity, short and long-term goals. So you can have the clarified goals in the short term as well as in the long term. You have a proper path to be followed. You have proper path or direction in which you have to uh, focus on. Okay, so you have the goals in your hand. So you may be focusing on those goals in short terms, and through the achievement of the short term goals, you are trying to achieve something in the long term. So you have a clear direction for yourself, and then few transfers and switching of majors. That means the career stream. So once you select a career after exploring these kind of things, after gathering this kind of information, that will be the final decision for yourself. You won't be switching to the another field, you won't be switching to another stream. So if you are like doing so, following a particular field for maybe 3 4 months and switching to the another stream after 3 4 months, you will be missing those lectures and you will be missing the information which is taught in the first 3 months or maybe first 4 months of the university studies. So those kind of inconvenience you can be get out of because of following these career exploration or career planning. And the other thing, graduate on time, because you are not switching to the other field because you are really interested in the field that you are following now. So you will do everything with the maximum interest. You will commit yourself to complete your studies. And you will be graduating on time with your batchmates and more motivated and goal focused. You will be motivated to follow the things and you will always focus on your goals, and no one else is needed to motivate you. No one else is needed to push you for the achievement of your goals, because you yourself have decided to follow this goal and you decided your goals and you will be working towards achievement of the goals. No one else is needed to push you. Okay. So self-motivation would be there. And then high academic achievement. So again, since you are committing yourself completely to the goal that you have formulated, guide that will lead you to achieve the higher academic performance. Okay, no one else is needed to push you for the academic performance. No one is needed you to tell study, study, study. So you yourself will realize, if I can study, if I study only, if I perform properly in my academics only, I will be able to become maybe the able to achieve the desired position in future. So you will be studying properly. And then after graduation, what are the benefits available to you in the career exploration or planning is better entry job with higher income. Okay. So you may be having many opportunities because you have chosen the proper career and you have already explored about the career options, and you have developed the skills in order to pursue those career options. So you have everything in your hand. So you will able to get the job, get into a particular job, maybe entry level job with high level of income, and more satisfied with chosen career field. And the other thing is your internal satisfaction will be at a high level, because if you wanted to be maybe an accountant, and if you are following the medical field because of the social pressures, maybe the outside influences, even you become a doctor, you may not be happy in that profession because that is not the profession that you are interested in. That is not the profession that you wanted to be, because you wanted to be an accountant. So your internal satisfaction won't be there if you follow something because of the outside influences. But if you do something which is really important to you, which is you are interested in, which is the passion for you, then your internal satisfaction, your level of satisfaction will be really high. And the other advantage after graduation is less career change and the faster career advancement. Since you have chosen a proper career, which is really interested to you all, you don't need to shift to another field. You don't need to shift to another company because you are satisfied with that. You don't need to move to other things, so that you will be settled down in that particular career and you will be focusing on how you can advance, how you can progress in the career. So that is what your focus on. But if you are not satisfied and if you are always thinking about moving to another company, moving, shifting your career, maybe from teaching to another field, maybe administrative position and all, you will not focus on the advancement because still you are in the entry level position. But once you settle down in the career that you wish to have, then you will be always thinking about the progression, advancement, and all. So it will be easy for you to achieve the career advancement. Okay. So these are the benefits that you can have through the planning or the exploration. So if you fail to do this planning, if you are not properly planning these kind of things, what are the consequences that you will be facing is switching majors. So that is the major consequence of these not planning or not exploring the career properly. Okay, started to follow a particular course for a certain period of time, and after some time realize that this is not suitable for me, and moving to another course. And in the same way, entering into a particular job and working there for maybe 5 to 6 months, and after that realize this is not the job for me, and quitting the job and moving to another organization or maybe another position. So switching majors is one of the major consequences of not planning. And the other one, the feeling of being trapped. Okay. So feeling of being trapped in a major, like if you follow something like that you are not interested in, you will feel the workload because you don't want to do that activity. But if the boss or maybe the managers ask you to do certain activity or complete certain responsibility, you will feel like you are overburdened, you are not capable of doing. So it's not fair for me to like allocate all these kind of works. I can't do, I don't want it to do. So you will feel stress, overburdened, and you feel like I'm trapped into this merger and all. So that is the second consequence. And the other one is the college transfer. When you are like not satisfied during your graduation, I mean, when you are in a student, uh, while you are in university, you may transfer the colleges because of transferring to different field. And the other one is the dropout. If the people are not interested in what they are studying, they may not commit themselves in studying properly, and as a result of that, they may not be able to complete the studies on time, and they may have many repeats and all. And due to the fact, they may drop the university studies as well. So the high rate of dropout would be there. And extended years in school. As again, even they are not dropping out, even they are not quitting the job or maybe the studies, it may take a long period of time for them to complete the study because they are not committing themselves at all. As a result, as a burden, as a headache, they are seeing their studies and their responsibilities as a burden, as a headache. They don't want to study or they don't want to take part in the activity. So that what they do is they just come and sit in the lectures and just write the examination, and as a result they may not able to get through the examination. So if that's so, they will have many repeats and all, and it will extend their period of time in the university life and run out of the financial aid. So if you are not exploring properly about the options available to you, how much of the money that you need to complete, how much, what is the cost of those course and all, and once you start following cost, in the middle only you will realize you are not afford to you are not afford to pay the course fee or maybe the cost of living expenses. Okay. So in that case, you can't even drop out the course because you are in the middle. You have already completed maybe 5, 6 semesters, and you may not able to like drop out the course. And if you want to follow the course or complete the course, you are not afford to complete because you don't have the financial aid. So running out of financial aid is another consequence of not properly planning this career. Okay. So what's the answer? So what we can do is, what kind of questions do you ask to determine if a student needs this assistance in deciding on a major? You have to explore the career properly and ask about yourself, and you have to explore the career options, and you have to choose the proper career option to you all. Okay. So aptitude, work values, and interest, and where you can identify the career sweet spot as a like for the students or the people who are selecting a career, we can identify three things. The main three things determine is the attitude, aptitude of themselves, and interest and work values. And in which area or whichever the place, all three things are matching together, interacting together, we can say it as the career sweet spot. Okay, so that is the most interesting or most suitable career for that particular individual. Anything to ask? Is that clear? Clear or not? Okay. So if it is clear, the remaining things that we have to focus on is career planning and how we can determine the personality. For that, there are many assessments are available. So we will look into those assessments and the most important personality type assessment. So the most popular model is the Holland's six personality types, which you have already studied in OB as well. So something familiar to you. We will look into those things and about the career exploration, and we will finish this subject. Okay, finish this unit. So we will learn about those things in the next class. If you have any doubts, you can ask about. If it is not, we can wind up the class.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And the announcement, yeah, I don't know whether the Zoom will be available hereafter or not. If it is not available, I will be uploading the MS Team links. You can join through that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.